We're just looking at scenes from Ukraine. It's been the subject for the last few weeks, and Canada as a group or as a country has been very proactive in terms of things like sanctions. But in addition to that, there's a delegation that's heading off to Ukraine, and one of the members of that delegation joins us now. James Bezan is the parliamentary secretary to the defense minister, as well as an MP for Selkirk Interlake. And James, great to see you again. It wasn't that long ago that you and I were chatting, but a lot has changed in the interim. What's your impression of the biggest changes in Ukraine over the last couple of days?
Well, I can tell you it's been overwhelming to see how the tides have turned. I believe that Canada was leading under the direction of Prime Minister Harper on bringing forward sanctions. And as soon as Viktor Yanukovych and his supporters and the oligarchs realized that the rest of the world was going to follow Canada's lead and that they may have trouble getting out of the country, they may have trouble accessing their large deposits that are stationed throughout Europe and around the world, if they couldn't access those funds and property, they decided to turn the tables on Yanukovych. So I'm very proud of not only the Government of Canada and Minister John Baird and Prime Minister Stephen Harper for the work that they've done on this file, but I'm very proud of the Ukrainian people. This is about people power, and these peaceful protesters were committed to their cause of wanting to see their aspirations fulfilled, of having a stronger European transatlantic relationship with the West. And what really came to bear at the end of it all is that they had the ability to maintain and increase the size of that rally, even in light of brutal measures taken by Yanukovych and his supporters. And estimates of over 100 were slaughtered by the snipers, the Beirut, the military, riot police. All those things were working against them, but yet they stuck to it, and they succeeded. And now we have a situation where we have a strong government actually starting to work. The transitional government is going to be announced tomorrow, we hope. We're going to get over there and meet with them. We'll meet with the acting president, who is the speaker of their parliament. So we are welcome this news. We want to go over there and show our support, and also start to assess the situation on the ground for ourselves and how we develop policy to help Ukraine in the next stages as they move towards the May 25th elections.
Okay, so what is the objective of the delegation? To begin a dialogue with Ukraine, or to instruct them on how to go through the process of putting their government back together, or to provide money?
Everything's on the table. So we are talking to them about all the options. And we're working in collaboration with other like-minded nations on how we help Ukraine turn the corner, get back onto both a political stable ground and also stability within the economy. Of course, their currency has taken a beating over the last few months, and we have to be looking at ways to help support that. So we are working, of course, with like-minded nations. The International Monetary Fund is assessing the situation. And so with the information that Minister John Baird and those of us that are on the delegation as envoys of Canada, we will start pulling together that data and sharing that with our allies and try to determine the best way forward.
Okay, and then the last question on money. Is Canada putting pressure on other nations, whether it's in the EU or the United States, or dialoguing with other nations to get money to Ukraine?
We're definitely talking to everybody. So as Prime Minister Harper did yesterday in his phone call with Prime Minister David Cameron of the United Kingdom, and Prime Minister Harper is also talking to other world leaders. Of course, John Baird has been talking to Catherine Ashton, who is the Foreign Minister for the European Union. We're looking at everything that we can do and have to do to ensure that Ukraine can move forward peacefully and provide the aspirations that the Ukrainian people demonstrated so loudly for the last 3 months on the Maidan.
Yeah, not only on the Maidan either, but domestically as well. Gina Phillips has some online reaction that we're seeing as well. Right, Gina?
Yeah, there are a lot of Ukrainian Canadians and just other Canadians just wanting to show their support. And now that we're all connected, this is certainly a world where we can lend at least some emotional support to each other, even if we're really far away physically. And that's what we're seeing online, just people bombarding each other with just words of love and hope and peace and pressure on the government to do something, to act. And so when Minister John Baird tweeted out that he was in fact going and will be part of this delegation to Kiev, Lots of people liking that. A few questions about how they're going to go about it, and so some confusion there. But nonetheless, happy that at least Canada is taking some action. But like I said, YouTube is full of videos, not only, I mean, of people lending support, but all of the riots. Look at these videos, just uploaded, viewed hundreds and thousands of times. You can just go on there and you feel like you're right there on the ground again. That really helps play into how emotionally affected we feel for those people, and you know, it kind of brings everyone together. But yes, certainly I just noticed this video made by Ukrainian Canadians, and it's a picture of just a bunch of different Canadians holding up signs, forming this long, sweet message about how we're here for you, and just words of support.
Yeah, and James, in fact, you've got a lot of domestic support, I'm sure. When do you leave and how long do you stay there?
Going out tonight after votes, and we will get into Kiev tomorrow evening, and we'll spend all day Friday Ukraine time and part of Saturday in meetings with the transitional government, with civil society, with opposition leaders, with the organizers of the Euromaidan movement, and make sure that we hear from everyone as to what they see happening and what type of assistance they're looking forward to from the West and their neighborhood.
Perhaps when you get back, you could rejoin us again with the developments. Thank you so much.
That'll be my pleasure, Pat.
Safe travels.
Yeah, thank you.
James Bezan is